Okay, so I just saw that another new movie is coming out on Superman. It's like you have like people who will come out and it's like a field of snow. People will see footsteps that were planted by the first person, and it was innovative at that point. And then the second person came and they saw those footsteps, and they freaking walked inside of those footprints. And then the next person walked a little to the side of those footprints, but basically the same cadence, and the footprints matched up. It was just like an inch off or something. It's like, I'm sure after Adam West's Batman run as Batman, they were there was probably we had probably three live action Batman films every decade from the 80s to now. Every decade, we'll say from 2010s will be the last decade that's finished. So 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s. So is there 12 Batman films that was made from then to now? I think so. I actually think that's pretty low. Like, this obsession with just doing the most safest things, just like the most proven strategy. It's the same thing with anime, but I'll get into that. But it's like, it's sort of this weird paradox where if a character is established in 1968, like Spider-Man, they're gonna that's gonna be used as the justification to give them more buzz, to give them another comic, to give them then in the silver, I think the Silver Age or something, and then you had like like the bronze, like different ages where comics started to spread outside of comics. When you're deciding who to give the live action movies to, when you decide who to give video games to, when you decide this, somebody's established in comics, right? You follow me? That's the reason to give them more mediums. But it's only when you give them more mediums that's how you're going to get more people. So it's like an infinite feedback loop, and it keeps on expanding the gap. Marvel has put 99% of their efforts into promoting their top 1% of their superheroes and top 1% of the superheroes, and the top 1% only. It's like at this point, if you made a video game about a Marvel character that was not pivotal in the MCU in any way, shape, or form, it would not sell. Because how the volume, just think about what they put into Spider-Man in the past, what, fucking 30 years? And by the way, there might not have been three Batman films every decade, but let's talk about mediums. Let's talk about mediums. Let's talk about films, not just films. Let's talk about shows. Let's talk about video games and comics. It's like, it's like when you look at the effort that's been put into that, it's been crazy. Like, every generation has gotten an iconic like Batman film. That's like a key moment ever since like the show from back in the day from the 60s. And like, it's so weird because like, let me put this down. Because like freaking, because I'm trying to tell you, like, Marvel has like probably 10,000 characters, but it's like, okay, to be fair, it's like there are hundreds of Marvel characters that have, let's say, more than one issue of themselves, and it's like who have like several issues that you could turn into these different mediums or make another comic or a live action. Now, to be fair, if you make something about the X-Men, it's probably not going to be centered around Kitty Pryde or something like that, and um, it'll probably be centered on the main people. But I'm talking about a more standalone Marvel character. It will be easier to give them their own shine. It's like the amount of new, truly new, completely fresh, never done before characters that have been introduced in Marvel or DC is like not. I feel like it's been not been as much. Actually, every piece of man, it's like everything that's been done to promote the top 1% of Marvel and DC characters, it's already been filled to the brim. And then you have all these other cups that have drips, taps of water. And then this cup is so full it spills over. You push it out the way, and you know what Marvel and DC do? They don't fill these other cups in. They bring in another cup. They bring in yet another jug to fill that. To this jug is the Spider-Man's, Hulk's, Batman's, Superman's, and Wonder Woman's of that space. The more so nerd culture, the more so fiction within the West. Now in the East, you have just these. It's like just these the same repeated, like everything is so corporatized now. It's like, why does every freaking I get that shonen is big. Shonen is a big deal. But I don't really mind that, but can someone please tell me why? Man, let me get close for this. Can someone please tell me why every fucking shonen has to be set in the backdrop of a fucking school? Like, I fucking get it. I get it. Like, why does every isekai character have to be so fucking one-dimensional? Like, they're all the same prototype archetype and stereotype. They're all the same bloody stereotype. I mean, get fucked, mate. You can't be serious. Fucking alligator. They crocodile. But they're also one-dimensional. These isekai characters, they're all NPCs. It's like, let's start with the look. They have the black hair covered and they have their eyes open when something bad happens. They look like they're supposed to be in the background for like an actual other non-isekai series. These isekai characters, forget being the main character of an isekai, they don't look like they should be the main character of anything. And they're one-dimensional, and just like the girls that surround the isekais, like why can't one of those main characters be someone who's like not charismatic but learns to be charismatic, not someone who just magically this obsession with like creating like a quick fix. I don't know what it is. People want to make a story about a quick fix. I understand consumers want to watch it, but why not make something different? Like challenge the consumer to say, oh, this is an isekai, but it's different. They're going to be like, oh, let me at least open my eyes to the possibility that this can be done differently. Instead of teaching them to consume a quick fix. A quick fix doesn't work for getting better socially. It doesn't work for money. It doesn't work for fitness or none of that. They would all be scams if we don't be stupid. Just avoid quick fixes. But it's like promoting that through entertainment. It's just insane. And I was freaking talking. This freaking came to my head earlier today because I saw a trailer for a scary movie, and it was like, coming this Halloween season. It's like, as soon as July 1st comes, here comes the scary stuff, because that's the next big season coming up where people can sell big products, can sell massive stuff. Because what happens during the summer? Anybody who knows about economics and stuff, they you know that everybody who's involved in big business, what are they doing in the summer? They're all on vacation, all of them, everybody. This is not a time where somebody's trying to watch movies. There's no specific niche of movies. It's just celebrities. It's just going to places, live events and stuff like that, and taking a vacation and a break from all that. But they still need to sell something. It's like the heavy corporatization of this freaking crap is just wild to me. It's like, because that's the next season coming up where we can really, really make money. Like, okay, in summer travel agencies make money, but it's like people have their season. It's like the heavy hitters that typically make product throughout the year. It's like, when is our next? These people come in meetings and say, do what's tried and true, and then people also come in meetings and say, as far as media, keep on repeating what's working and just keep reusing the same stuff, even though you have countless amounts of things that you could draw from. And it's like, in terms of like products, they're like, when is the next time that we can really sell seasonal stuff and make big money selling costumes and selling this and that? And it's like, oh, Halloween is kind of weird anyway, because scary stuff plus costumes is like, some costumes can be scary and you can also be scary without having a costume, but I guess they can go together in some context. But yeah, humans will create weird stuff if you leave them alone to their own devices long enough. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. It feels like when I'm another new Superman movie. It's like, I fucking get it. I feel like I don't know, because I'm scared. I'm scared of how many people, of the lack of people that would actually agree with me. Because I feel like I'm the only person who says this. Everybody's just talking about how the new Superman movie is gonna feel and stuff. I'm like, bro, we fucking get it. Not we. I don't know about we. I fucking get it. I'm done. Give it a rest. Give it a break. For the umpteenth time, they just put out a Superman live action and they're putting out a Superman movie. I get that the MCU has had their run and they're going downhill. Disney's damn near a failing company. Because they own Marvel. So DC's gonna take their turn. They're the next one up. Not the next one up. It's only two of them. One of them fell down. This is their time to make their comeback. They put out animated show for Superman, and they're putting out another movie and you'll never guess who this is, for Superman. And like, not long ago they had another Batman movie, right? And so many. It's like, you had Tim Burton, you had people wanted to bring back the Snyderverse, you had Joel by the way, let me tell you, do not release the Zack Snyder cut. We do not care about that. My homies don't care. On my side, I don't care. Release the Schumacher cut and you'll be done. Bro, I was not expecting to bring up Joel Schumacher. I was not expecting, man. No, release the Schumacher cut. Man, I'm a freaking fanboy. Coming off as a freaking fanboy, but it is what it is. I'm a freaking dork, freaking nerd. But when it comes to me wanting like just new stuff, I'm talking about not new stuff for the same character. Again, it goes back to that thing of the jug already being full, pushing it out of the way and bringing out a bigger bucket. They're planning to do probably more with Superman, more with Batman than they've done in the past, in the decades leading up to the 2020s. It's like, imagine if other characters got the same exposure in the past 30 years that Spider-Man got for Marvel, or the Hulk. How many standalone movies, video games, etc. It's that weird paradox. And it's like, are you successful first, then you get promoted, or you get promoted first and you get successful? It's that weird thing. But I feel like everybody else is everybody else being mind controlled, and it's just not working on me. Like, everybody else is just likes this stuff, and am I the only person who's like sees an issue with it, just wants something new? So it's like, I hope nobody comes to get me. Oh, the mind control's not working on him, the corporate stuff. It's just the overall corporatization of just different things, just like this mediocrity, just producing the same thing over and over again, like the same repetitive premises in anime, the same overuse of the same characters in the West, and the over commercialization of holidays. We need to tell them, we need to go immediately into spooky season. We need to put that in their face, like, get it, like pushing stuff down my throat, marketing something at all times. Fucking give it a rest for 2 months. Can you do that? No, you can't. Because it's like, otherwise your competitors will just advertise to me. All right, it's like, why not make a scary movie in in December? Like, no, put the trailer out in December, then let the movie come out in like April or some shit, or like February or some shit. Like, do something different, man. I'm I have man I, if man if I'm not going to have the money for like something major, but I definitely want to like at least put images, put like one image, and I'm just going to like read about a story that the idea that I have. It, man, that's something I'm passionate about, but not passionate enough to like go all the way with it, because that shit'll have you unable to watch your kids for 30 years or something. But yeah, I plan to play around with different story ideas that I've had independently. No, they're not going to be good. This is actually a video I was watching on my own time, like probably over an hour before I came up with this video. And it's like the comment below is like, this movie was my introduction to the Hulk, not the comic, the movie. There's videos explaining the different comic book eras, but yeah, this just illustrates my point further of like refilling that overfilled cup. He could have been introduced to other Marvel characters. Please tell me why do in an industry of based on creativity and entertainment and so many different people with so many different tastes, do the biggest companies still insist, my guy, still insist on doing things the exact same way and not chartering their own path? There's one set of footsteps going out into the snow, and you have all this space that's unused. Metaphor. But what I mean is like you have 10,000 characters with their own issues, as in issues of comics, that could be turned into other mediums that are consumed more by casuals and pull in more money and thus pull in more fans, just like the Hulk movie like did for this fan. So why not walk the rest of that field?